Hello everyone, how have you been? I hope you had a great Halloween. Right now I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to install RetroAami Xtreme, RetroArch Amiga, a great collaboration between Matt Franco and myself, which persistently took roughly 4+ months of effort, patience, determination, and of course perseverance. But we pulled this off, folks, and I'm so happy to be able to bring this to you finally, and thank you so much, Matt Franco, lifelong friend, without a doubt. But in any case, you can go onto Google, and if you're unfamiliar with my normal release page, simply type in the words, key tags, KMFDmatic, release. And that'll pretty much be like a little central hub of like a table of contents where you can see everything that's going on. For those of you who've been following me for the last half dozen years, you could pretty much have the Mega Drive, SNES, and NES Classic releases right here. But if you go down, there's links to everything. You could go to my YouTube. You could go to our Discord, Reddit, and right down the line here. If you want to do your PlayStation Classic Mini release, you could click that Auto Bleem Xtreme releases. For the Amiga 500 Mini release, you could do the RetroAami Xtreme releases, which we're going to click right now. Okay? And right there, RetroAami Xtreme is a collaborative Amiga 500 Mini modification between Matt Franco and myself, aka KMFDmatic, with a hint of extreme amplitude RetroArch core-wise. You scroll all the way down. There are two different ways you could download this. Go all the way down to the bottom of the release notes. KMFDmatic Xtreme Amiga 1031 22 7-zip. You could download that whole file right there. Or you could go to Google Drive if you have issues with that. And right up here, Core Set Link 1, right there for all of the minis. Google Drive, you click that. And it'll go to my Google Drive, which has releases for Amiga, Mega Drive S, NES Classics, PlayStation Classic. Then you have extra files as well as extra files. Stuff like artworks and all that fun stuff. But you have a whole central hub on Google Drive as well as off. But, you're going to be in a good place here with this release, everybody, and thank you so much for being so patient. I have to say, honestly, this release almost did not happen because of various factors, which I'll get a little bit more into in a moment here. But let's get the show on the road here. But if you go into the Amiga folder, you're going to have a cheat injector if you want to have your cheat codes, and you have an Xtreme Core injector. And do not panic that you see an executable. It is actually a 7-zip self-extracted file. It is absolutely safe, and do not worry about this. We're going to go to where it downloaded here. I'm going to go to my F drive real quick. Let's see. Drive F. Halloween release. And right here are the 3 releases all downloaded in 7-zip format. And they're all extracted. I'm going to go into my Amiga folder here. Right here, Amiga. And I'm going to install the Xtreme Core Injector. Click that. And I'm going to point with the 3 dots right to the drive. Let's see right here. Where the hell is that drive at? It's on there somewhere. Right there. My Amiga drive. I'm going to click OK. And click Extract. And it's going to start extracting everything there. And it's going to take maybe 5 to 10 minutes depending on how fast your drive is. But it's that easy. We're going to go back to the drive here. OK. Amiga drive. And once you have everything installed on there, you can go to your dummy folder where all the games are. That's where you're going to copy them at, because when you go to open RetroArch and you low content or low core, it's going to pretty much select this folder right here. It's a little inside joke to those of you who know me from the Mega Drive SNES, NES Classic days. But I have everything from 64 DD, that Nintendo 64 disc drive add-on, to Atari 2600, 5200, Amiga, Atari ST, all the way down the line to Cave Shmups, Commodore 64, Atomic Wave Arcade, so many fun things. But on the drive, I have a temp folder, and I keep my BIOS and all that in the system folder here. And when I'm done copying it all over, I'm just going to simply cut it and go right back to RetroAami, user, config, RetroArch, and then I'm going to copy it right over to the system folder right here. And this system folder right here, again, RetroAami, user, config, RetroArch system, is where you put all of your BIOS for the various systems. And if you have any difficulty knowing what the BIOS are, you can let me know, or I can help you out personally. You can join us on Discord as well. But going into the extras folder here, let's go to this, all kinds of fun stuff here. That's my other Google Drive stuff. But going to the extras, there's actually a BIOS folder with a nice nifty sheet that you could print off, and you could use this for pretty much all the minis and even any platform in general. It has BIOS listed for about anything that you name for all cores involved. But in any case, once that's all done, install into the drive here. In a couple more minutes, I'm going to boot up the system and show you it in action. But I'd recommend having a 32 gigabyte flash drive formatted to FAT32 for starters. I mean, that is a nice starter thing. You can put such. Okay, but in any case, the other thing I'd like to really mention first and foremost here is that I would strongly recommend not updating your firmware on your system. Stick with the original default firmware that comes with the system, because if you do so, you're not going to be able to install RetroAami Xtreme, unfortunately. I mean, it is what it is, but you will not be able to install it. The only way around this is if you pretty much break the warranty, void it by downloading PCUAA, which is a modification done by Spanner Nick, where you could basically boot in such a way that you could do multiple firmwares. You could have the new firmware and the old firmware, and you could swap and switch right back to RetroAami if you do accidentally, inadvertently update your firmware. I would never ever recommend updating your firmware on any device unless you really truly know thoroughly what you're doing, because many times you may think you're actually doing security updates, but think of way back to PS3 when they put out this one update which got rid of your ability to run an NES emulator via Linux. I mean, it is what it is, but they said security update, but in that same update they removed Linux and your ability to run NES games on your PS3. Yes, PS3 could have run NES games at one point. But we're going to go right over to the system and boot it up and see what this is all about, and I'll give you a little bit of an overview. But hope you enjoyed this tutorial thus far, and now we're going to have this all in action. Now then, we're on the main menu of the Amiga 500 Mini, and once you pop your flash drive in, you can pretty much go to the left here, and you'll see a little icon, USB Media Access. If you have any trouble doing this, let me know in the comments, etc., feedback, and I'll do what I can to help you get this up and running. But once you click this, you're going to go to RetroAami, and you're going to have 4 different RetroArch you can choose from. And if you want to have the best performance and speed, go to 1.84 Xtreme. I mean, that's the one I use for Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, and all that other fun stuff. But we're going to click 184 Xtreme, and then click Start, and then we're going to boot into that menu here. Okay, and I'll show you a little bit of an overview of what you're going to expect once you do this. You can load core, low content, low core. You'll see all the Xtreme cores right down the line. I mean, we got the PUAE Xtreme Amped, PUAE Xtreme, etc., etc. Right down the line. We got FB Neo Xtreme, which you're going to use to run the cave shmups. You can go down to 2003 Xtreme. You have MAME Xtreme Low Profile, which uses less RAM and memory. It's great for stuff like MAME 2014, 2015 era. You got Atari 2600 via Stella. I mean, just so many different things. Atari, you know, as an Atari ST Xtreme. And right down the line, we have like the various systems and what they run. I mean, you have over 100 cores here to run. Going down to Nintendo 64, you have Ludicrous, Xtreme, and 64 Amped. And that's one that I spent quite a bit of time on. And Matt Franco and Black Sunshine were so invaluable as far as helping test them out. And there are mappers which you could utilize by going into quick menu, controls once the game is loaded, and you're going to be able to pretty much run any Nintendo 64 game on a D-pad controller. I mean, with these mappers that we put together. And I could do another video on that as well, but going down to the Super Nintendo here, we have SNES FOSS Xtreme, which is a great core. You could run MSU1 CD-based soundtracks for Super Nintendo games and run like 99.9% of games just amazingly well at full speed, extreme amplitude. But in any case, you could go to load the core, you could go to low content, and notice when you go to start directory, the dummy folder that I told you about. And we're going to go to the Amiga folder here, and we're going to load this great game called Devil's Temple. I'm a huge Irem fan. I mean, everything from In the Hunt to stuff like Kung Fu Master Arcade. I used to have this on ColecoVision way back, but Vigilante is actually the unsung hero pseudo-sequel to, Kung Fu Master. But they also had a Kung Fu Master 2 on NES, which was Japan only, which is another great game. It's called Spartan X2. So Spartan X1 is a.k.a. Kung Fu Master. Spartan X2 is a.k.a. Kung Fu Master 2. In this game that I'm about to show you right here, Devil's Temple, I actually have it on my playlist. On my favorites. You could add games to your favorites. Actually, I forgot I just reinstalled it, so I'm going to have to do it again. But yeah, once you load a game, I'll show you how you do it to your favorites. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to do the CD32 version of it. I'm going to run it with PUA Xtreme apt right here. And once I have the game loaded, what should I could do? I could hold select and start and pretty much go to the right. And I could go right to where the game is, click, add to favorites. Right there. Now I have it on my favorites list. Go to resume. And check this awesomeness out. This is a fan-made hack, which is a nice play on the original Vigilante, which is a TurboGrafx 16, as well as the arcade and Kung Fu Master. It's a great, great game. I love these type of games. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to do. We could go full screen or more integer style by doing that. Devil's Temple, son of the Kung Fu Master. I mean... And Jackie Chan is pretty much who this game's about. You can go up to change your difficulty. We can make it easy, medium, hard. I want to make it easy for now, just so I can get a little bit farther into the game. 5 lives. Oh, we could do stage 1, 2, 3. Oh, we could go right to the stages. That's awesome. I didn't even realize you could do that. And if you're ever playing like computer-based games, you might see TR for trainer. I mean, this is what a trainer would be right here. Audio, sound effects, and music. You can make it where you have like just the sound effects only, the music only. Kind of cool. One game that actually has really like oomph to it with the music only for the most part. I mean, if there's sound effects, I don't really hear them. But Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Sega Genesis. It is like a very surreal game because you really don't hear the sound effects. I mean, they're not very prominent whatsoever, but you hear the music. It is like an 8-directional shooter like Contra. And so many other games like that, Sunset Riders. But we're going to do right now sound effects and music. Captions on, maturity off. What? I want maturity on. Okay, gore on. So I'm assuming with the maturity on, it might have more profane language. We're going to start the game here and see what it's all about. So you could turn maturity off and gore off if you want to have the more like child-friendly per se. But I do my videos for adults and people who are more mature on my channel. So let's get the show on the road. Loading, please wait. But yes, this group of team here, they did a great, great job on doing a Rygar port to the system as well. I mean, Rygar, like arcade port on her. Lena was on her way to meet Tommy at the Kung Fu school when a gang of thugs followed her. And speaking of like Kung Fu movies, one of my favorite movies recently is Accidental. Not Accidental Torch, what am I thinking? Accident Man, Holiday, starring Scott Adkins. And many of you may have seen Scott Adkins like in various movies. He was even in one of the Universal Soldier movies. He was in like Danny the Dog, a.k.a. Unleashed. But he's a great, great actor. He's in so many things. But Accident Man, Holiday is a great, great movie in the vein of John Wick. And by the way, he's going to be in John Wick 4. I was so happy when John Wick 3 had Mark Dacascos, who is a great, great martial artist that I've been following for years as well. He was in the original Double Dragon movie way, way, way back, which is actually filmed in my hometown. Love this music here. Oh, this is great. Takes me right back to 1970s Kung Fu actioners here. And I love any type of game like this. I mean, like Black Belt on Sega Master System is like this. Kung Fu, not to be confused with this game whatsoever, on TurboGrafx 16, which has a massive graphics. Oh, guns. Remember Bruce Lee did not like guns? And that one Game of Death? Well, come on, dude. Stay away from me. Yeah, Game of Death. Bruce Lee unfortunately passed away before they filmed that movie, and they pretty much added guns to it. He was not into guns whatsoever. But what would you say your favorite Bruce Lee movie is? And like, I mean, obviously most people know Enter the Dragon. There have been so many movies or parodies and satires of that movie. I mean, we have Balls of Fury about ping pong, and we have, of course, Kickboxer 4, which also starred Sasha Jensen, who is a great, great actor. I mean, he was actually known as Cody, who lived in a van, not down by the river, but in the backyard on Step by Step, you know, starring Patrick Swayze and Suzanne, Summers, who happened to be on Three's Company, but fun stuff. We're talking about rose-tinted glasses. I mean, how many shows? Blue Oyster Cop? What? This thing is whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe I should have turned that stuff off. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I did not expect that. This is literally my very first time playing it. That was just, I did not expect that. Right back to that non-woke humor there. Stage 1 complete. Okay. Enemy kills 35, blah, 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 blah. Fury moves. Fury moves. Okay. Multi-kills. Okay, let's see. Oh, you got a ranking system, too. I love playing, like, Ninja Gaiden for, like, Xbox, and getting that S rank and such. Okay. Oh, we're going right to left. Oh, what the hell? We got Top Gun on the wall there? That's hilarious. And that looks like Evil Dead there. So, obviously, they're doing a little homage to their favorite movies. We got Top Gun, Evil Dead. Let's see how many of these I can name here. Let's do a little trivia here. Jaws. You know, speaking of Jaws, I love Jaws Unleashed the game, even though it got hideous reviews. But I also like Maneater. Oh, Cobra. Hell yeah. And Cobra also has David Rash in it from Sledgehammer. Okay, what else do we have here? Hoffman. Is Hoffman like, I'm not sure what Hoffman is supposed to relate to. Loving this music. I mean, tremendous. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not do that. Great music here. Oh, wow. I need some energy. Give me like a steak on the ground or a pizza in the sewer like you would do in TMNT or Final Fight, respectively. What other games do you know that are side to side like this? I mean, I love these type of games. Technically, Time Traveler, Laserdisc Arcade is like this, and this came out like even before many of these things. McGeezer. Okay. Newspaper, closed. I'm really enjoying this. One thing I used to do is like the jump kicks and like Vigilante for TurboGrafx 16. Oh, Turbo Sprint. I think the people who did this game right here also did a version of Turbo Sprint. I'm going to have to check that out next. Oh, no. Big Fern. I'm going to roast your face off, a-ho. Shut up, you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry, folks. They had like a boss attack like right out of Shinobi, but thoroughly enjoying this game. Again, we could, when we're done playing the games, we could do closed content. And here's the beautiful thing that, another thing that Matt Franco got going on here. You could go to this little thing here. You can reboot the console, or you can power off the console. So I'm going to power off the console and get this release up and running for you guys and gals to download. Enjoy it and check out Devil's Temple. Fun, fun, fun game, son of the Kung Fu Master. Looking forward to your feedback. See you later.